My name is 𝗕𝗿𝗇𝗁𝗂𝗁𝗂𝗄𝗃 Apioko is fine. If it's still a mouthful, Api works. Choose the one that works for you, and we'll go with it. I am your hostess for the AFM Baraza 2025. Oh, I thought I deserved a round of applause for that. Now, can we just, Coumba, where are you? Oh, my Lord. Thank you for charging the room. Thank you for bringing the energy. And as we say in Ghana, pouring the libation to set the stage for what we're going to do over these next 3 days. Now, we are not here to just talk. In Africa, we like to talk a lot, but activists, we know better than that. We put action to the talk, right? To the plan. That's why we're here. Civil society organizations, we do the work on the ground when no one else wants to do it. The dirty work, we're in the trenches, we're in the gutters, we're the ones doing it, right? And so over these next 3 days, there's work to be done. Yes, there's going to be talk. We're going to have discussions. We're going to have conversations. We're going to be honest with each other the way we know how to be as activists and civil society, right? But at the end of it all, there must be action. There must be action. At this point in the program, we're moving on to the official opening and welcome. Now, you've experienced Coumba's fire already. Coumba Toure is the chair of TrustAfrica. She's coming back, and she's coming to do it grand to welcome you, all of us here, officially. Round of applause for Coumba one more time as she takes the stage.
Thank you for that. I think that exercise, we'll need to do it all the time, every day, at lunch, during the pause. Always find the minute to meet somebody you did not know or talk to. So at this point, I'm inviting another very special person. You know him. If you don't, get to know him. Ebrima Sall. Ebrima Sall is the executive director of TrustAfrica. He has been our leader. He's been holding this organization together, helping to strengthen it, making sure we stay true to our vision. He is my brother, and we love him for all that he is. He brings really to TrustAfrica and to our movement also that part of knowledge building. Because, as I said earlier, everything we do today, there have been people who've been doing something like it or similar to it. But we have to know that. We have to learn about it. We have to understand how things work, how things have worked in the past to inform us about how things will work in the future. And Ebrima is that solid thinking, knowing, researching. But also on a personal side, we are here, it's also about leadership. Building movement, it's about leaders and building leaders. And one particular trait we miss a lot in our leaders, our leadership, including in movement leaders, is humility. And Ebrima has it. So thank you, Ebrima, for being such an amazing leader to us. Please, please come just for a few words to welcome us again and let people hear your voice. Thank you.
Thank you very much. 𝗔𝗯𝗿𝗊𝗇. 𝗕liche. Merci beaucoup. 𝗔𝗊𝗇. Jamangenam. Assalamu alaikum. 𝗔𝗊𝗇, bienvenue, welcome everyone. Welcome, thank you very much, Madam Chair, Coumba. Welcome to, this is the land of 𝗕𝗏𝗄𝗰 Nkrumah. Okay? 𝗕𝗏𝗄𝗰 Nkrumah showed the way. And it is also the place where another great person who everybody should know, Du Bois, is resting. Right? So what we saw earlier on, people from Selma, Alabama, being here, opening this gathering, speaks to that kind of relationship that existed between 𝗕𝗏𝗄𝗰 Nkrumah, Du Bois, and all of them. So we are working on very solid grounds, on a very solid foundation. Thank you everyone. Thank you for the work you are doing. Thank you for your commitment. Thank you for taking the time to be here. And thank you for what you are bringing to this meeting. 3 years ago, we were in South Africa, in Johannesburg, at the second Baraza. And it was a great moment. People reconnected, solidified the bonds again, compared notes, shared experiences, discussed the situation in which the world was then. All the things that were not going well, all the things that we know, the restrictions on the freedoms of expression and movement, the shrinking civic space, the problems with the environment, inequality, all the things that we know, all the things that are wrong, the way resources of Africa have been plundered, everything that is keeping social movements on their feet and moving. And it was a great moment. It was a great moment at which we rededicated ourselves to the struggle. We reaffirmed our commitment to the causes that we are standing for, which are actually causes for justice, social justice, and justice for everyone, for all peoples, for all genders, for all generations, everywhere and every time. It's also about environmental justice, and that struggle is even more relevant to that than it has ever been. We were there with a lot of friends. We had some scholars with us, funders with us, and movement leaders. And as we have been reminded, some of them, unfortunately, have moved on. We remember 𝗕𝗏𝗄𝗰, who was with us in the Baraza, who a few months after the Baraza, got assassinated. Not so long ago, we lost Eva Joyce Wynne, who gave a keynote speech at that Baraza. And we've lost a lot of other people who it was good to remember as we start this work again. And we talked about the importance of, also thinking about the well-being of movement leaders themselves and movement activists. We talked about protection, about security. We heard what people were talking about the conditions in their countries. But after that moment, when a few months ago 𝗕𝗏𝗄𝗰 was killed, I said to myself, I don't know what we missed, what we didn't hear. But there was probably something in what he was saying that we should have listened to more carefully. So when we are together, I think we should take the time to get to hear what people are talking, not to listen, but to hear, really, and to connect with people very deeply. And that's the only way in which we get to understand the conditions in which they are working, and support each other, strengthen solidarity. That word that has become a taboo word these days. But without solidarity, actually nothing works. The societies cannot hold together. We cannot talk about a future if there is no solidarity between the generations of today and the future generations. We cannot talk about a sustainable development or environment if there is no solidarity. We cannot talk about anything actually without solidarity. So we should make that solidarity a living thing among ourselves today. We talked about Africa, we talked about the world, and we left that place also talking about how to sustain the movements themselves, which is one of the big challenges that are still very, very important. How do we resource movements? How do we work with our friends around the world, friends in the funding communities, friends in the North? We actually began working on a manifesto for working with social movements. And some of us a year later, or less than a year later, actually met again in Dakar to continue working on those very same issues, to deepen the thinking about ways of resourcing these movements and keeping them going and strengthening all the things that we need to strengthen to make sure that the movements are able to do what they are doing and that they're able to get the resources that they need and get the resources on conditions that enable them to work with the kind of autonomy and independence that is required. And we talked about actually setting up even a fund for supporting social movements. And that idea is still on the agenda today, and it is more important today than ever. Now, what happened with 3 years later today? It seems like it's as if the world has gone crazy, basically. I mean, everything we were talking about is become much more dramatic, more important, the inequalities are worse than they were then. Global warming hasn't stopped. On the contrary, it's increasing. North-South relationships, new forms of colonialism, really brutal, stark ways of relating to each other are now being made normal. And those things are really why we are here today. We are here today again, therefore, to continue this struggle. It never stopped, and it will never stop. And if there is any hope for any difference being made at some point, that hope can come only from what movements are doing. And the movements are key, and which is why it's important to protect them and to make sure that they remain strong and they continue to work among themselves and strengthen each other in the ways that we want to do it. We are here to again reaffirm our commitment, strengthen the bonds that tie us together. We are here to make sure that this struggle is not a vain struggle. It is a struggle that actually produces results, not only in the long term, but making sure that people are better protected today and that they are able to be around and that the societies and the transformation we are calling for is also happening. We are here to strategize together. We are here to make sure that we plan and work and develop mechanisms for making sure that we advance the transformation of our continent and we contribute towards making the world a much, much better place than before. My role was to welcome you, but I wanted just to say this as a reminder, as a preface for those welcoming remarks. I want to thank you again, my sister and boss and chair, Coumba, I calling her Madam Chair. Thank you very much, and thanks to Fairoz Toure for the songs and the poetry that we just heard, and to everyone who is here. Thanks to CDD Ghana, 𝗕tože𝗫𝗿, I'm not sure whether he's in the room, for being a partner in organizing this gathering and for helping really very much in making it happen. We'd like also to thank those who made it possible financially, the funders who have been with us. Without the friends we have in those funding communities, without their support and participation, it wouldn't have been possible to bring all these people together. And the work we are doing would have actually suffered a lot more. And I would like to mention Ford Foundation, Hewlett Foundation, Wallace Global Fund, the Open Society Foundations, and all the other foundations who are supporting our work directly in relation to what the movements to the organization of this event, and indirectly by supporting the work that we are doing in other areas. Those who are supporting our work on youth, for example, those who are supporting our work on value chains, everything that enables us to understand better what is the challenge that we are dealing with in different sectors. So it's all of them. It's MasterCard Foundation, it's and all the others as well. I'd like to thank this steering committee that did the actual organization, who were working night and day for the last couple of months in making sure that we have a good program, we have the people we want in the room, we have the people who we need to have in the room, although we cannot have everybody in the room, but we at least have people who can be a good cross-section of what the movements are and who can represent the movements adequately. And in the steering committee, if you allow me, I'll just mention some of the names. There are a lot of them, I cannot name all of them, but I mentioned 𝗕tože𝗫𝗿𝗁 of CDD as a co-host, but Hadi Yakub of Africans Rising, Zaki Mamadou from South Africa, Rachel Mikali from Pussy Power in Kenya. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Rachel. Happy birthday. I wouldn't try to sing it in French because my voice is so horrible. Or in another language. But this is wonderful, yeah. So Rachel, may you be around many more years to come. May every year we meet in a baraza, may you see the situations improving and getting better and better and the results being achieved beyond our expectations even. There's also Farai Munro, there is from Zimbabwe. There is Fumi Mtetwa. Fumi has been the co-conspirator, co-leader with BRICS in making everything. Yeah, Fumi needs a special applause. Vivienne from South Africa as well. We have Leonard. We have 𝗕R𝗿𝗃𝗂𝗁 from 𝗔𝗳𝗿𝗇. We have Joao Okanda. 𝗕𝗿𝗿𝗄𝗏, sorry for pronouncing it wrongly. And all the others who are in the committee. There are a lot more people who are involved in making this happen. And thank you all. Thank you very much for the support. We have a lot of people, types of contributors to this struggle who are in the room. We've got artists, great artists in the room. We've had an illustration of what they are able of doing to do just now. We also have Coumba. We have a lot of other people who are here, Kuman, who are here in the room. We've got filmmakers, poets, storytellers. We've got scholars. Becky Halima is online, I hope she's better. Nicolette, 𝗔𝗳𝗿𝗄𝗏 Tano is here. I haven't seen for some time. Thank you very much, 𝗕cie. Techo Manu, my elder sister and friend, was chair of this Corazon Scientific Committee for many years. Taking time to be with us here. Thank you, 𝗕cie, for coming. Professor Manu. A lot of movement leaders. We cannot name you all. You are all leaders in your own rights. Just by way of illustration, you have all those from the Black Lives Matter movement. We've got Boniface from Kenya, Fadel, seeing him here, from Senegal, Dirk, Hadi, I've mentioned, Rachel, Fatou Diagne Senghor, Sherin, and all the others. We have the DWD network with us as well, Raishatu, and all the friends from that network that TrustAfrica is hosting. The comms team, Letu, Abda, and the others, and everyone else who have been working on this, right? Special mention also of the TrustAfrica staff. Yes. Yeah, everyone. They've all been mobilized. And Ogo being the point person for it all. We've been receiving emails from her. We've got Rachel, got Gladys, Ndehadi, Beatrice, Usman, Richard, Aita here, Mishar, Ibrahim, the two Fatus, Fatu Samu and Fatu Sall, and all the others. If I haven't mentioned anybody, it's not because you haven't been playing the bank. Let me just leave it at that and say, again, thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. We are here. We'll be working hard. A lot of work to do. That's why we are here. We'll also be enjoying the moment, the company that we have together. It's a rare opportunity to meet new people, to meet people who are doing great work, people we must know, people we had always dreamt of meeting, the kinds of people we had always dreamt of meeting. Some of them are in this room here. So it was good to have had the chance to interact a little bit. That chance will be available to us for the next three days. People will be dancing. Somebody has been asking me to prepare, gone on the beach, done some work for a dance tomorrow. It's a time also to enjoy, to dance, to party. But, remember, movements are powerful. Movements are very powerful. But movements also instill fear in a lot of people and in a lot of spheres. Okay? And that's why it is even more difficult to be in the movements and be serious about the struggle that we are doing. It is a necessary struggle, but it's a struggle that is not easy and that is not getting any easier. And therefore, it's very important that we have multiple strategies, that we are able to engage at different levels, and that we are also have intelligent strategies that can be flexible in times when the flexibility is needed. And so we are hoping, we are resolving ourselves, strengthening our resolve to make sure that by the time we meet again at the next Baraza, the conditions will be different. We are reaffirming our commitment to this struggle. We are reaffirming our commitment to participate in the reclaiming of our futures. It's in the reimagination of the world and in the building of the Africa we want and the world we want. Thank you again one more time. Enjoy the Baraza. If you don't see me here tomorrow or the day after, remember I am a militant, and as a disciplined militant, I go to where the movement needs me, where I think the movement wants me to go to. So if you don't see me, I'm still on the front somewhere. It's one struggle with a lot of fronts. If you understand that, I think we respect what everybody's doing in different places where they are. So thanks again, 𝗕𝗿𝗄𝗏, and all the best.
You can stay. You can stay on stage. Please, a round of applause again to Ebrima Sall, Executive Director of TrustAfrica. Please have a seat. And I will be inviting Vera Addo to come to the stage. And thank you, Ebrima, again for reminding us. I have to say 𝗕𝗿𝗄𝗏 name again. 𝗕𝗿𝗄𝗏.
Sorry. The last one I wanted to mention for especially, and I was keeping that for the last, and because I was feeling guilty that it was getting long, is actually to say a big thank you to 𝗔𝗯𝗿𝗄𝗏. 𝗔𝗯𝗿𝗄𝗏 has been at the center of this from the start. He is a programs director of TrustAfrica, with all that means, in the different, we have a lot of programs going on.
Thank you.
And at the same time, on his feet, night and day, to make sure that we have the people we want in the room, that we need to have in the room, and a good program. Thank you very much, 𝗔𝗯𝗿𝗄𝗏. I was reserving that for the very end.
Yeah.
It would have been a crime to go without saying it. But it's, I think people should know that this thing wouldn't have happened without the energy and the thinking and the time that you devoted to making it happen.
Thank you. We'll speak more about 𝗔𝗍𝗋𝗋 soon. But I was saying that, I wonder if we can find the video of the keynote of 𝗕𝗿𝗄𝗏 that we did last year and just play it again during this conference. If somebody knows where it is, it's extremely important, I think, reminder. Vera Addo is the program officer for Ghana Center for Democratic Development. They have been the co-hosts of this event. We are in Ghana. TrustAfrica works across the African continent. But here, our partner to organize this meeting has been the Ghana Center for Democratic Development. If you had to do anything about visa, they're the one, foot on the ground, going to figuring out for you. They're the one who are guaranteeing our safety and our security here. They know the land, they know the people, they can tell us what works, what doesn't work, where we can be, where we can't be, what we should pay attention to. And that is extremely, extremely important. She's the coordinator for Youth and Parliament Link. And she's been with us, and her team, these are people who work behind the scene, and we only know of them when things don't work out. When everything is smooth and running, we don't remember that they were there. But it's because you've been helping us that we've been able to do all this. Thank you, Vera. A few words to welcome us.
Thank you. 𝗕𝗿𝗄𝗏. When we say 𝗕𝗿𝗄𝗏, we respond, thank you. So in our language, we say 𝗕𝗿𝗄𝗏𝗄𝗏. So when I say 𝗕𝗿𝗄𝗏, you say 𝗕𝗿𝗄𝗏. 𝗕𝗿𝗄𝗏. Oh, you are brilliant. Distinguished participants, partners, activists, fellow change makers, comrades, and friends, on behalf of Ghana Center for Democratic Development, CDD Ghana, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the African Social Movements Baraza 2025. Right here in Accra, Ghana, we are deeply honored to co-host this transformative gathering alongside our esteemed partners at TrustAfrica. And we thank you all for registering your interest and committing to be part of this important convening. Akwaraba, Karibu, welcome. CDD Ghana deeply believes in the power of movement to drive democratic renewal. As we convene, let us ask ourselves, how do we turn dialogue into action? How do we transform solidarity into systematic change? The answer is in your hands. Engage boldly, connect authentically, and also collaborate fearlessly. CDD Ghana is an independent, non-for-profit think and do tank that works through research, policy engagement, thought leadership, civil dialogue partnership to promote and strengthen democracy, good governance, and inclusive development in Ghana. Over the last 2 decades, CDD Ghana has worked in several areas, including but not limited to corruption, elections, social accountability, and security. Just a few weeks ago, we concluded a nationwide town hall meetings, including specialized forums for youth, women, persons with disability, and the aged, to solicit ideas, expectations of citizens for the new government and reform agenda. As we navigate this Baraza, let us carry with us the words of a Ghanaian proverb that says, when spiders unite, they tie down a lion. Together, we are unstoppable. Thank you for your courage, your passion, your trust in this collective journey. Let us make these 3 days count for Africa, for our movement, and for generations to come. 𝗕𝗿𝗇, 𝗕ᵗ, 𝗕merci, asante.
Thank you. Please stay with us. Thank you again. I would like to call on Vivienne Lalu, please, under your applause. They told us there were many committees to work and put this together, but there was one particular committee, which is a program committee for the Baraza. The people who thought of how to make this happen, what will be the content, how do we do this? And Vivienne comes from a very able organization. I'm sure many of you know Just Associate. If you know about feminist organizing, if you know about power to women, you would know about Just, and if you don't, please check it out. Vivienne, thank you for the work you've been doing.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Vivienne. I will be speaking in English. I know that we have interpretation at the back for language justice. Thank you to our interpreters. All the feminist organizers, can we see you in the house? Wonderful, wonderful. So, Ebrima, you have done most of my work. I've been given 2 minutes. But I do want to lift the work and the brains that went into planning this program that you will be experiencing over the next 3 days. And I was wondering if the members from the programs committee please stand up so that we can see who you are and that people in the room can appreciate the work that went into this program. Please stand up. So I think just 1 or 2 few comments. This program is infused with popular education. And you know that popular education means that people on the stage are not here to teach you. This is not a school. But it's a way that we bring conversation, debates, contestation in a shared way into a space. And so I hope that we hold on to, even though there's a program, you are still going to shape what emerges and what we do with what comes out of this program, and I think that's very important to hold over the next 3 days. The other thing, last thing I want to say is that when we were planning this, we were like, every single person in this room could be on a panel, honestly. Every single one of you have experience, have knowledge, have wealth that you can add. So when you see the panelists and speakers here, know that they are seeding a conversation that you will be feeding as well. So we are looking forward to you shaping and influencing this program that we are holding for you today, and welcome.
Please stay with us. Thank you, thank you. And now, yes, I would like to bring, yes, 𝗔𝗊𝗶𝗹 needs to come up. But before, we have board members of TrustAfrica here. Let me see if they're here. Is Anna here? Oh, yes, please. On behalf of all of the board members, even those who are not here, of TrustAfrica, we just want to make sure you know how much we thank you. Thank you for being on this board, and yes, we hope that the board, all of the board of TrustAfrica, we really wanted them to be here because we wanted to do our board meeting during this time so people could be here and they couldn't make it. But thank you for representing the board with me here. Thank you, Anna. The last person that I will bring, where is Apio? Please, come on. Because you have to help us bring 𝗔𝗊𝗶𝗹. And I want to say that Briggs is our program director, and Ebrima has already said a lot about him. But beyond being the program director of TrustAfrica, Briggs is a comrade. He's a movement builder, like all of us, and for that, he has also his own space to do that. And thank you, Brig, for always reminding us and bringing back to TrustAfrica that spirit of activism, of fighting, of courage that we also need. Thank you. So, Apio, get your mic back. For my time is done. Thank you. I'll see you by the end of this meeting on the dance floor.